Hey guys, this is Pharaoh 2091, and welcome back to Let's Play Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. Last time left off, we found out that Phoenix was actually winning if we actually take into account the points of the chips that were actually dealt, or that were gained. So it's kind of like, well, Phoenix had no reason to kill the guy. I mean, he was winning after all, right? But as we established that, out of nowhere, Miss O'Reilly here has to go and say, oh no, there was a cheat, blah blah blah. So it's like, crap, whatever. It's more trouble, but, well, we gotta figure this one out. So let's hear a testimony about the final hand. If I can, there we go. The last hand, both men had full house. There is 4 of each card in deck, from ace to king. If you look at both men's hands, cheat is more obvious. The next moment game becomes argument. The defendant's trick was exposed. He took bottle in his hand and poured Mr. Smith. Miss O'Reilly, why'd you not tell us the court about this from the very beginning? I thought I smelled a cover-up here. Well, folks, it's time to throw back the covers. A full house is a very high-scoring hand. Not easy to make, in my experience. That alone is enough to suspect less than scrupulous tactics. Mr. Gavin? What's a full house? Lawyers these days, you don't know your poker? Oh, come on, just look at me. I'm not a lawyer, but, I don't know how to play poker. To me, it's kind of confusing. I tried multiple times to understand it, but I just don't think I want to. I think, I'm just not really interested in it. If I do gamble, it's probably going to be blackjack. That's easy. To me, it's easy enough to play, easy enough to understand, and for me, it's fun. I like blackjack. But I digress. I can't say this bodes well for your case, or career. What the hell, is poker or poker knowledge a requirement now? What is this, some kind of secret court pokering? Justice, you know the terms 1 pair, 2 pair, and 3 of a kind, yes? Yeah, no problem. 2 cards of the same number make a pair, and 3 makes 3 of a kind. Wait, hold on. 2 cards of the same number, okay, that makes sense. 3 makes a 3, okay, that makes sense. Good. Now picture a hand with 1 pair, and 1 3 of a kind. That's a full house. Oh, okay, well, that's simple enough to understand. Okay. That doesn't sound very easy to make, now does it? Yeah, it doesn't. Oh well. You can see each player's hand in this photo. Wow, they both have full houses. Yeah, it's true. Phoenix has the 7s and 3 7s, 2 aces. The other guy has 3 kings and 2 aces. Or was that hearts? I didn't see that one properly. We forget there's an easy way to make a full house and go undefeated for 7 years. You cheat. The defense may cross-examine the witness. If he did cheat in the last hand, that still leaves one important question. Mr. Wright lost that hand. Who's ever heard of a professional con man losing when they cheat? Actually, that reminds me of that movie, Aces or something? God, it's a movie with Sylvester Stallone and, I don't know who else. It's more recent, in the 2000s, I believe. Shades, Aces, something. It wasn't Sweet, I don't know. It was actually a pretty good movie. It was actually pretty good. I gotta watch it again. Alright, so, let's see here. So she says I want some information here. She's like, I don't understand why it's more obvious by looking at more. Is it because they both have full houses? How is it clear? Well, the defendant, he played a 5th ace. A 5th ace? I still remember both hands very well. Wait a minute. Yeah, Mr. Smith's hand had 3 aces. And Mr. Wright's had 2. Oh, yeah, that's not right. Obviously, cheating was afoot. Or perhaps I should say, a hand. Oh, bad pun is bad. Your Honor, perhaps this can be added to the testimony without Mr. Payne's joke. Very well. The witness will add this detail to her testimony, please. So now she says that Mr. Smith's hand was 3 aces and Mr. Wright's 2. It is 5 aces in all. Now, I want to see something real quick. We'll go back in the, No, look! It's right there! She says that he had 3 aces, but I'm looking at his deck right there, he only has 2. There's only 4 aces there. Objection! It appears the witness is mistaken. Mistaken? But my name... Look, this piece of evidence clearly contradicts what you said in your testimony. That's the photo of the chips, is it not? Justice, perhaps you ought to explain your point in a way that the judge can comprehend. In other words, use your finger to point out your point. God, what the hell's up with these puns? Yes, please point out the contradiction in this photo. What particular point contradicts the witness's testimony? Well, his hand. She says the guy had 3, well, he clearly only has 2. Miss O'Reilly, in your testimony you made the following claim. Mr. Smith's hand had 3 aces. But as you can clearly see, the victim's hand only held 2 aces. Well, maybe the witness was simply confused. Perhaps it was the defendant's hand that held the 3rd ace in question. Take another look at the evidence. As you can see, the defendant also had 2 aces in his hand. Where's this 5th ace? I see cheating, alright, and it's gonna be right here in this courtroom. Oh. 2 aces in each player's hand does make 4 aces total. Hardly proof of cheating. Wait, please! It is true. I have seen it. The 5th ace. There was cheating, I swear to you. That's odd. She must be lying, yet she's the most sincere I've seen her all day. You're right to trust your instincts. Mr. Gavin? Who knows what lies in store for us in the trial ahead. Your Honor, if I may, I have a suggestion. What might that be, Mr. Gavin? If you don't mind, perhaps we might examine the actual cards. The cards? Mr. Payne, yes? The players' hands that night were set aside as evidence, were they not? The defense would like to request that the cards be shown to the court. Very well, the prosecution will submit this evidence. Which will you examine? The victim's cards or the defendant's cards? If these cards don't prove cheating was going on, nothing will. Which of these hands is more suspicious? Well, let's view the victim's hand, because she's the one saying that there was a 3rd ace in there, but he only has 2. It was the victim's hand that changed over the course of the witness's testimony. The defense requests time to examine Mr. Smith's cards. Very well. Mr. Payne, if you would. Very well. Okay, so... Well, time's wasting. Get to it, Justice. Okay. Let me look at this here. So we're looking at it. Okay, sure enough, it's 3 aces. I mean, yeah, 3. No. I'm wrong. No, it's only 2 aces and 3 kings. Let's examine a little bit more here. Hello. That's not right. One of the kings has a blue. Oh, I wonder what the hell that means. Only one of these cards has a blue back. I'm much more of a red guy myself. Blue is so not red, you know? And actually, that's kind of a funny thing, too. You know, Phoenix stuck with blue, and, well, Apollo is mainly red. I'm not trying to be a Phoenix fanboy here, but my favorite color is blue, and has always been blue, so, yeah. Okay, so, there we go. Oh, damn it. Really? Okay, now they want us to officially check it out. I hate when sometimes it does that. Okay, there we go. Did I examine enough of it? Yes, sir! Oh, God, what the hell? Didn't I already... Okay, now I was going to explain how to examine evidence, although I already explained how to do this. Whatever. When examining evidence, be sure to view it from all sides and angles. Try using a dial as an evidence viewer. That should give you a better perspective on a case. Okay, let's do this. For a third time. Yep. And examine. Again. What? Your Honor, look at this. One of the victim's cards. The back is a different color. Eh? Ah! That's impossible. But I put that card in Wright's hand. But what the hell did you just say? What was that, Miss O'Reilly? No, Knight, I merely said I have, Your Honor. Mr. Gavin, yes? Tell me, what is the easiest way to cheat at poker? To cheat? I'll tell you. One merely needs a friend, a comrade, shall we say. The dealer. Wait, so you mean this witness, Miss O'Reilly, she's the cheater? A professional, I'd wager. No! Really? Oh, really? Get it? Oh, God, this is a terrible pun. Order! Order! Focus, Justice. Time to take advantage of her. I mean, of her mistake. Okay, that was pretty funny. Your Honor, please recall the testimony we just heard. And she says that, but I put that card in Wright's hand. Wait a minute, yeah, so... Ergo... Aw, I miss Edgeworth now. Miss Olga O'Reilly conspired to cheat not with my client, but with the victim, Mr. Shady Smith. Now, hold on a minute here. Now, what you're hearing here is a corner theme for Apollo Justice. I like it. It's still. I mean, of course, nothing beats. To me, nothing beats the corner theme of the original Phoenix Wright game. That's just my opinion. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the music in each game is amazing, and I love this one too. But it just the first one is just awesome to me. I don't know. That's why I was like so giddy when they put like the original corner theme in like towards the end of the case in Trials and Tribulations when Godot and Phoenix were going at it. That was amazing. Ooh! Not only did she cheat, she cheated poorly. Therefore, it's not hard to imagine an altercation between her and the victim. But what? Wait, you don't mean the defense isn't accusing a witness, Miss Olga O'Reilly, are you? Time for justice. That sounds like something Duke Nukem would say. Time for justice. Actually, that wasn't... Yeah, there we go. I kind of like that. I wonder how that's going to come out when in the editing. Oh well. There were 3 people in the room at the time of the incident. And if Mr. Wright isn't guilty, that means I am. The defense accuses the witness, Miss Olga O'Reilly, of murder. And... Oh, and she fainted. Oh, well. That would have been funny to actually thing like hit her when she was lying down. That'd be funny. Mr. Payne, where's your witness, Miss Olga O'Reilly? It appears she has lost consciousness, Your Honor. Mr. Justice, Your Honor, it seems you presented a new possibility to the court. One suggesting a connection between a witness and a victim, Mr. Smith. And that means this court cannot pronounce a verdict for the defendant at this time. What? I did it! I held out! I see no point in prolonging the trial this day. The prosecution will need to make further inquiries. Wait, that was Phoenix! Oh god, they left in his voice! Mr. Wright? You can't end the trial here, Your Honor. Not yet. What nonsense is the defendant spewing now? Think. One of the cards had a different colored back. Don't you wonder what it means? What are you doing, Mr. Wright? Raising objections right when you're about to get off the hook? Ridiculous! Mr. Payne, you of all people should know. Mr. Wright has a talent for the ridiculous. Yes, he does. And that's why we love him so much. Perhaps we should get to the bottom of things. Let's clear up the facts about the game that fateful night. As was said before, We alternated between 2 decks of cards that night. That was said before! The 2 decks of the club had different colored backs, blue and red. 1 color per deck. Why use different colored backs? If we use the same color, the 2 decks might get mixed. You use different colors and they still got mixed up. We used the red deck for the last game. I see. But that's odd. For some reason, I have this impression that you were using the blue cards. Yeah, me too. I'm sure someone said something about blue cards. Yeah, I wonder who said that. Whatever. In the end, the 1 card of the wrong color got into the mix, which means there was cheating. Yes, a card slipped into the deck without what seemed to indicate cheating. Yet, this card raises 2 serious questions. Apollo? Yes? Let's consider the first question, shall we? Think. In the last game, when was the card swapped? When? There are 3 broad possibilities here. It could have been swapped before the murder, during the murder, or after murder. Well, yeah, thanks for a new news bulletin, Mr. Wright. Of course it was swapped. Oh? It might be as simple as you think, Mr. Payne. Or it may not be. No! I like to hear what Apollo thinks first. What do you think the cards are swapped? When was the card swapped into the deck? Well, I want to rule out during the murder. That just seems weird. You know, I'm going to go ahead and say after. Perhaps it happened after the murder? What's that? Ridiculous! What's the point of cheating after our hands have been shown? That's silly! Yes, but tell me, how do you swap cards during the game? I'll take silly over impossible. Take it from me, son. There's a lot of silly in this world, but very little impossible. Oh, even when the backs of the cards are a different color? If you pull that during the game, you'd be caught in no time. Ah, quite true. That would mean that the blue card in question was swapped after the hands were shown. After the murder. Okay, this is going past silly and straight into crazy. I ask again, what's the point of cheating after the game's over? Who would do that? Who indeed? That's one of the mysteries before us. There's another? Yes, a simple yet decisive question must be asked. Who swapped a red card for a blue card? Who? The game and murder is done. The victim is dead. Only 2 remain in the room. Alive, that is. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, or a witness, Olga O'Reilly. Okay, so who was it that swapped the red card for a blue card? Well, we don't want to say Phoenix because, you know, that's saying that he cheated and that he could probably be found guilty. Olga... I'm not really sure. I don't know. It just... The thing is, she says that she slipped a card into Phoenix's deck, but the blue card was found in Smith, and we're saying that if she worked for him, why the hell is she swapping in that deck? It doesn't seem right. So that can only mean someone else, but who? The one who swapped the cards wasn't Mr. Wright, of course. And, well, it doesn't seem like it could have been Olga O'Reilly either. What are you suggesting, then? That's hardly a logical conclusion, I'll admit. As a defense, I think it only makes sense for you to name Miss O'Reilly at this point. Yes, I know, but she was the one who dealt the cards, right? I just can't believe she would make the mistake of swapping the wrong colored card. If the card was swapped during the game, it'd be obvious. Something you'd like to share with the court, Mr. Wright? Oh, my apologies, Your Honor. I was just thinking how much fun all this is. Fun? How about confusing? I have no idea what the defense is claiming, Your Honor. If the one who swapped the card wasn't the defendant, and it wasn't Miss O'Reilly, or O'Reilly, oh my god, then who was it? Yeah, well, that is a question, isn't it? Precisely. Huh? I believe we're about to see this case take a new direction. A new direction? We'll find that, indeed, after the murder, someone swapped one of the cards in the victim's hand. And that someone made two critical mistakes. I'm sure you're going to tell us the first was swapping the wrong color card. Because the one who did the swap didn't know two colors of cards were being used. The other mistake was the number on the card. Right, the person replaced the fifth ace with a king. I'm sure whoever swapped it wasn't expecting there to be a fifth ace at all. All they knew was that the game had been one of a full house. So they picked up a king from the table and swapped it in. But there's one problem! According to our case record, this person doesn't exist! True, not until now, but you have to admit the possibility of a fourth person. Though it's more than a possibility. There was someone else there that night of the scene of the crime. What?! What the hell? Why are we figuring this out now? I believe the judge spoke truthfully earlier. You do make trials ridiculous, Mr. Wright. This trial is proceeded on one central assumption, namely that at the time of the incident, there was only 3 people in that room. I believe this new evidence, shall we say, overturns that assumption. Or how about turnabout? Get it? Oh, whatever. The problem is that you chose to conceal this information from the court. I suppose that is a problem, yes. Court is adjourned for a brief recess. Mr. Gavin, I'll see you in my chambers during this recess. Certainly, Your Honor. Very well. The trial will resume in 20 minutes. Okay, what the hell's going on here? This is getting a little weird. A little bit confusing for a first case, I will admit. That was quite unexpected, Mr. Wright. To suddenly claim there was another person at the scene of a crime like that, I must ask, is it the truth? Well now, I think you would know the answer to that. Huh. Being mysterious, are we? Sadly, I have no time for mysteries. I've only asked that you leave the defending to your defense, in the future. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee the outcome. I see you haven't mellowed out one bit, Christoph. Justice. Yes, sir. The judge has summoned me to his chamber, so carry on without me. You did well, Apollo. Can I ask you something? Sure. That locket you wear, is that really yours, Mr. Wright? Aha, you're wondering what the victim's disappearing locket? Here, you can take a look at it. There's a picture of my daughter in there. My God. I'm just surprised to hear that you had a daughter. Most people are. Perhaps you'll meet her one of these days. One more question. The one who cheated that night, was it you? What do you think? Huh? You know what happened 7 years ago. What I did. It's not unreasonable for you to think I might cheat. I never... Honest, but... It is odd that he managed to go undefeated for 7 whole years. Want to know something? There's only one game where you can be dealt bad cards all night and still win. Poker. Huh? You see, poker is all about reading your opponent. In that way, it's a lot like a court case. Poker is like trial law? Figure out what your opponent is thinking, and you win. Well, yeah, but that's harder than it sounds. I think not. Try as they might to conceal it, everybody reveals their true thoughts in the end. Their body language can become a valuable source of information. You're kidding! That witness, for instance, Miss O'Reilly. She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice? No. Come on, who would notice that? Words, habits, twitches, it's all information for the reading. That's the secret of winning, Apollo. Someone taught me, and now I pass the secret on to you. But I'm not worthy. I mean, there's no way I'll pick up on these signals. No, you can do it. Huh? You just don't know it yet. What's he talking about? But you will. Soon. Ah, almost forgot. One more thing. About this case, you should know I haven't told the truth to anyone yet. What? I knew it! I have my reasons, of course, but all shall be revealed. And Apollo, I need you to be there, defending me. I need your power. My, power? I had no idea my Court of Steel were that special. It's time. The real trial begins now. Do your best. So what the hell is Phoenix talking about? Is he saying that he was lying the whole entire time? And he said, you know what happened 7 years ago. And why do you... And he said, I understand why you might think I might cheat. Wait a minute. What the hell happened 7 years ago? This is getting me pissed off now. I want to know. And we're not going to find out for a while. Oh, geez. Whatever. What can we do? So next time, guys, we're going to go ahead and start the trial once again. And, well, as Phoenix said, the real one is about to begin. So, as usual, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for Let's Play Phoenix, I gotta stop saying that. Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney. I'll see you guys later.